Rendezvousing with Atlas Obi tonight, I was given an invite by him and Mafia Fireball in order to join a lobby for rendezvousing with a particular group of gamers, very aged in the War for Cybertron and Transformers community in general. And here I am in the presence of what would seem to be the last remaining remnants of the original Transformers Cybertronian Mafia, led by my introduction to one of the original founders of the group, who I'm talking to right now, or I was talking to, Mafia King Hayes. And I spent a good deal of time talking with him this evening. I found out a whole lot about the group here. The original name of the group was 313 Mafia when it was first established, and it's the name of their initial chat. I remember Mafia telling me that the group was originally established by both. It was originally established by him, Mafia King Hayes, and Mafia Sonic Bros, and a Mafia Rocky Mist. Those three were the original founders of the group, way back in, not so far back in the day, but back around 2011-2012 when the clan was first established. The clan was also first established right around the time when glitching first came out. When it was first originated here on War for Cybertron, when that gamer, I can't remember his name, had originally made the video about how to glitch, and then it was pretty much a viral thing that started a whole meta thing that led to the downfall of this video game and led to its inevitable, I guess, being dead as it is now. The next thing that I had asked Mafia Hayes about, and for the example here, also Mafia Atrocious. Yeah, these guys here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And they all use the dead end frame here, which I don't blame them. It's a really cool frame. Although, yeah. I also asked them about the reason why it is that they seem to be a glitched clan, or why it is that they favor glitching. And this was something that Mafia Hayes and Atrocious both went into detail for, because they don't do it for a malevolent end. They do this to serve like a dark justice for the War for Cybertron servers, and for those that do legitimately play legit in the community. Long story short, they glitch to fight glitchers and only glitchers, and so they decided to create and instigate lag on specific on specific servers in order to create only a specific glitch, not to go all out with what a lot of other really nasty glitchers choose to do. They only do just specific ones. And again, they only do this just to fight other glitchers, amidst fighting with and alongside legit gamers. And in their own right, they themselves can also fight very adequately in a legitimate mindset. Because back in the day, Hayes said, and Atrocious can vouch for this, that they were a very good, formidable fighting team that fought a number of very strong battles back in the day. One of which being the clan's initial nemesis group, which was like their rival group that first put them on the map, which was a group called TOC, or the Titans of Cybertron, which were their main rival group. Through this discovery, Atrocious was also able to, and he already had discovered this on his own, he had discovered and told me about more or less the approximate date when glitching first came out, which was, I think what I said was late 2012, was when glitching was established, and then early 2013 was when the Cybertronian Mafia was established, which I would probably want to peg as one of the earliest, if not the original founding group that used glitching. Was the first clan that used glitching in a positive sense, not in a negative sense. And ever since that day, they seem to have grown little by little in order to try and expand the numbers. because there's originally Mafia King Hayes, and then there's the second in command, which is the Prince O, and Atrocious collectively. Then there's Mafia Fireball, and then there's I remember him telling me Mafia Mason 3 or 560, and Mafia Mason I do know personally because that's actually an old acquaintance of mine from Fall of Cybertron that goes by the name Alex Mason 560, and I used to play with him a lot with Skull in my group. Him and Wyvern 1313, all of us go way back. And then as he had stated earlier, which I will allude to currently, there's also the Mafia Sonic Bros, which is no longer of the group. And then there's also Mafia Rocky Miss, which is also no longer of the group. But they all still do keep in contact with current members, and with old previous members also. Also, another member of old that had gone into detail of was a gamer by the name of Kenneth II. And Kenneth I actually do know because I remember working with him and Obi briefly when I did the clan battle earlier this week, last week so I believe. Hayes told me that Kenneth was also a part of the original Mafia group until a said time when Hayes had briefly stepped down in order to deal with other matters that had came up at that time. During that transition, Kenneth II took it upon himself in order to try and temporarily lead the group, which was okay for a very good deal of time. And then after a said deal of time, when Hayes did return to War for Cybertron after a while, and then Kenneth did step down accordingly, and Hayes took the position back up as commander, or as leader of the group. Whether or not there was any particular type of challenge, or any other friction, or given personal issues that had ensued or came as a result of the transfer in power, that I do not know of. As of recently, in mid to late 2015, was when the group here had slowly begun to die off, and the crew had moved on to doing other games. Atrocious told me that the group here is mainly, when they used to do the clan battles all the time, they were specifically fond of Havoc, the Havoc map, which I think was a DLC map or not for this game, I can't recollect. Because a number of the older fans, and a couple of the new ones here, are all fans of Rainbow Six, the Tom Clancy games. And Havoc, in a way, kind of reminds them of Rainbow Six, because it's like a home base that they all work with. And they all work astronomically well on that map. It's like they never lose on that map, if it's a clan battle. Which I can't blame them. I mean, this map is very favorable. Lord knows, every time I play Escalation on this map, I end up getting shot somewhere in the face or in the ass. And ever since that day when the majority of them left, these few, excluding Mafia Prince here, are the last remaining members of the original Mafia group. And so they just get together every now and again on WFC, every now and again late night, and then just mess around and whatnot. And just go into Team Deathmatch. And just mess around doing what they do. They're also looking to see if they can try and recruit new people for Mafia for like a new generation. Granted, there's not really too much they can do further on War for Cybertron, but a new generation of Mafia can also take place on Fall of Cybertron, which I don't blame them for trying to set up shop on a new server and see how far they can go. You'd be surprised what it can do when you have a crop of new talent that's willing to try and do what they can for the clan. Where a clan is like family. It's not just a group of gamers that all get together occasionally, but can also talk on and off the grid. That way it establishes a more closeness, and you'd be surprised how much more effective and how much more fun video gaming can be. Meeting Mafia King Hayes here tonight, in addition to the Mafia clan, opened my eyes to something very interesting about this video game that I didn't really take into consideration. And for that, I do thank you. And I look forward to spending my time with Mafia and some of its members over time, as the days do allow. Hey, thanks for tuning in for the video. If you guys liked what you saw, leave a like, please comment, and all that good stuff. Until next time, my friends, till all are one.